Chapter 5 The Enclosed Garden. Begin all acts and thinking by using Al-Kalum the All. Tablet 5. 2 gates of the enclosed garden. 19 times 4 equals 76. Lo, for I will describe unto you the 2 gates of the enclosed garden, made of carbuncle, which is a red precious stone, where 60 million Allahum keep watch. When a righteous person arrives, they will clothe him with 8 garments of glory, and they place 2 crowns, one of gold and another of precious stones upon his head. And 8 myrtle, which is any of the 7 evergreen shrubs of trees of the genus Myrtus, especially M. communis, which is an aromatic shrub native to the Mediterranean region and Western Asia. It has pink or white flowers and black blue berries, and it's widely cultivated as a hedge plant, which he held in his hands, and with these words he will hear, "Go and eat your bread in joy." Lead him to the stream of Shafuain, surrounded by all kinds of fragrant plants, from which rivers flow, one of oil, another of balsam, another of wine, another of water, another of honey, another of milk, given a golden cup, served by the young female and male Allahum. Over each of the righteous a canopy is spread according to his merits, a table of precious stones, while eternal lights were everywhere. There are 3 compartments: childhood, adolescence, old age, and going through the same stages, each one watches the same 3, and the righteous enjoy the pleasures of each. There are a myriad of trees, one more fragrant than the other, and in their midst the tree of life overshadows the whole of the enclosed garden, while 7 clouds of glory overhang it. There are 7 special compartments for the future 7 major prophets, namely Adapha, Utnapishtim, Abraham, Isaac, Ishmael, who are 2 of the same compartment, Moses, Yeshua, and Muhammad. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon them. There are 7 other compartments for the 7 classes of righteousness. The first class is the Shahudat, martyrs, coming in the green light. They will have smiles on their faces. The second is for those who will die by the accident of drowning. The third will be for the great masters of law, the mortals, not the news-bearers, el-Nabiyat, prophets, and not those you sent, el-Rasulat, but for those who will keep the law, such as the 19th, the guide, el-Hadai. The fourth is for those who will be covered by the clouds of glory. The last, 144,000 souls for the Ansarullah to be raised. The fifth for the patient. The sixth will be for the childlike souls who prove themselves chaste throughout life. The seventh for the poor who admit to the suffering attended to law. In correspondence to the 7 hells, I look into the far future. I saw pits replete with fiery lines and rivers of fire, and each compartment will be inhabited by 10 to 7 nations of heathens, governed over by one of the Sumanim Deros, who have as slaves a Nimrod, who will be the descendant of the second Cush, son of Ham, son of Utnapishtim, who is falsely called Noah, son of Lamech, son of Methuselah, son of Enoch, son of Jared, son of Mahalaleel, son of Canaan, son of Enos, son of Seth, born in the image of his father Cadmon, born in the image of the Anunnaki, son of Autumn, who was born in the image of his father Rahu, who is a descendant of the Hindus who came to the planet Earth from the planet Kingu. We find recorded in the Hindu texts, the Vedas, that Mahishi gave birth to Kashyapa. They are the throne Kashyapa, and his mate Prithvi had 11 sons. Kashyapa became ruler of the Dewas, called Devas or Devas, so he became known as Dayasvita. They are the 12 Adityas. Altogether they were called Varuna, ruler of the heavenly sky. Later he was called Indra, and those under his rule were called Indians. Indra had 2 brothers, which were the ones who came to the planet Earth, Manu and the other Agni, who stayed in the skies of Orion. The ruler Alelu of the thrones also ruled the skies of Orion. Anu came before him and bowed at his feet, because he was the ruler of Orion. By custom, Alelu appointed Anu to be his royal cupbearer, which is an honored and trusted position. Alaylu ruled the skies for 6,000 years, or 9 Nuberian periods. Then Anu rose up against Alaylu, and Anu defeated Alaylu. Anu took control over all the galactic heavens, and Alaylu ran from Anu to the planet Earth with his wife Alat and 2 daughters Al-Uzza and Manat. Then Anu ruled all the galaxies in the skies. The period of his rule is called Khmer by the Hittites, named after the city Khmer. When Anu came to planet Earth, he appointed Kamabi, the grandson of Alaylu, to be his royal cupbearer. Kamabi could not forget that Anu took the throne from his grandfather, and as time went on, Kamabi's enmity towards Anu was becoming more and more obvious. Later, Alaylu and Kamabi brought war on the seed of Anu, and Kamabi's seed ruled the throne until Teshub, also known as Adad or Balhadad, the storm deity son of Enlil, had war with the seed of Kamabi and defeated Kamabi, thus bringing the seed of Anu back to rulership. The seed of Anu came back to the heavens. His son Namnar was in charge of the skies, and his son Nadimad took control of the planet Earth, who would inherit the name Enki, meaning master of Ki or Earth. They set up a cycle of rulers of 7 heads to rule 10 kingdoms on Earth. One ruler of the cities was called Urkish, Kamabi's son Ulikami, meaning successor in Khmer. He tried to start a war as he was told by Kamabi. This attempt by Ulikami was defeated by Teshub, headed by Enlil, and his understudy Ea, who recorded the tablets of old. This is the seed that took the daughters of the agreeable women of the seed of Fatah and Anath. There were also the Hindus who came to this planet and mixed with the humans. Their temple was Bitanu, and their symbol was the bull or Tor, they being doomed to suffer with their heathen nations. There, I tell you how I saw this, that you may further know to obey Anu, most glorified and exalted, ruler of all. This is how it was written in the Hindu records, and also in the Hittite records. Tablet 6. Enlil and Ninlil. 19 times 6 equals 114. Lo, Anu Elion El on high, who was also known as Allah or El Elo, being ruler of the above and beneath at the same time, who is the, which is Hu, who is the force of creative will. He was appointed by the absolute source, the All, but you can't take from the All, for where would you put it? You can't add to the All, for where would you get it? For all is all, and all things were within the All. El-Kalum is the builder of builders, creator of those beings who created the skies and planets, creator of Anu also. The All thought, and things were and motion became and life was and is and ever shall be. And being there was positive, and for positive to be, it bred negative, for without negative you wouldn't know positive. Thus without evil you would have no good, without good you would have no evil. All of these things are in the realms of being, and these beings are within the All. They are not the All. Yahuwah is the wind of life, the breath of life in the physical state, the thought to become, and all things became. Whose motion was speech, and a cloud of glory was, and in it he thought into existence beings called Alahum Sarufat, and the Alahum Karubat, the angelic beings. His son Murdoch's mystery names are Amanubi Rakpatar, Sabatil, Yanun, or Otum Ra. He is also called Malachi Sadak, the Son of Righteousness, the Deliverer of the Faithful, El Ruhul Qudus, the Holy Soul, and Protector of the El Muklasina, Mikael, holder of the Scroll of Names, and the Key of the Kingdom of Malakut. His wings are as green emeralds, crowned at all times in Malakut, with an innumerable array of Alahum. Some call him Bishtar, the provider of the Anunnaki, the viceroy of the skies and the prince of the pure green light. He is also called Otum Re. Belial Amir of the Anunnaki of darkness, also called Shakar or Tiamat, was defeated by Murdoch, also known as Mikael, which is the high priest Sadok of the Sarufat agreeable Anunnaki, and those who came to Eridu in 50s. The Anunnaki of light of this world. The family of Anunnaki Alahum is in this order. There is Anu or An, the heavenly one, Enlil, whose wife was Ninlil, Ea or Enki, Nana or Sin, Utu or Shamash, Ishka or Adad or Baal-Hadad, and Shakar and his son Halal. Then there is the female Antu, wife of Anu, and Ninlil, wife of Enlil, Ninki, Ningal, Inanna or Ishtar, Zara, and the wife of Halal, Anak. Enlil met Ninlil, whose other name was Muliltu, while she was bathing in Nippur's stream naked. It was love at first sight for the two. Enlil wanted to have sexual intercourse with her, however she was unwilling. Her words were this: "My privates are too small, it has never copulated. My lips are too little, they have never been kissed." However, Enlil did not take no for an answer. He told his messenger Nusku, who bore the title Gebrael, son of Raziel and Samael, about his feelings for her. So Nusku suggested a boat ride, and he brought her a boat. Muliltu lived with her mother in Eresh, meaning scented house. Enlil persuaded her to go with him, and once they were in the boat he raped her. After this incident, Enlil was banished to the lower world. Muliltu followed him carrying his baby. They eventually married, and after they married she bore the title Ninlil, Lady of the Skies. This was set up by Ninlil's mother. Ninlil bathed in the stream under the command of her mother, with the hopes that Enlil, who usually takes his walks, would notice her and presumably marry her. Mikael. He, Mikael, will descend as a Hamim, a mortal in all ways, a Basha, to save them from the destruction of Ardat, by the hand of Halal, son of Shakar, brother of Shalem. He will be thought to be the Messiah, yet he is of the green light of the Messiah, its essence. And as he, Mikael, comes down to Nasut, he, El Yahuwah, will look from his throne in the kingdom of the above, Lahut, and guide his course through the stars onto the blue planet Ardat. There he will be joined by humming beings to guide them and enter their names in the scroll. For the great city of El Yahuwah, the house of El Yahuwah, which has many mansions. In his house, all the Anunnaki call him El Yahuwah, and all of the Hamims call him El Elo. As the caretaker of all the boundless worlds, he is called El Rab, the sustainer. The taful of Mikael is Yaham Yaham Ya Alahum, Entam Afafi El Kalum. O them, O Elohim, you are all in the all. He said, I am, and he comprehended all things, the seen and the unseen. There is aught in all the universe but what is part of him. Anu, Elyon, Elyon, El Yahuwah, the wind of all life. He said, I am the soul of all, and all that is seen is of my being and my existence. By virtue of my presence all things are, and by virtue of my beings are the living brought into being, the first and the last. I am he who is, because it is wished to become, and chief over all that live in Ardat. Nasut I made, humming beings, male living being, a living soul. I made Cadmon and Nekeba, and I called their tribe of the ground Adamites. Of him Cadmon I made Nekeba, that she may know me. And the first Cadmon and Nekeba were called Apsu and Tiamat. Later in Tamaray, the original name of Egypt, as Nun and Nunet. The second Cadmon and Nekeba, from the second replenishing, were called Lahmu and Lehamu, later known as Heh and Hehet. And the third were Anshar and Kishar, later to be known as Kek and Kiket, who gave birth to Anu and his wife's sister Antum, later to be known as Amun and Amunet. After each of these replenishings, a new generation of people were created. I ordered him to give me a name. Human beings, name me not after anything in Malakut nor Nasut, but in obedience to my will, that he named me after the very sound of the wind that I utter. And he said Ah or Ah, breathing in, Lah, breathing out, and El Yahuwah, in and out again, El Rahman the Yielder, El Rahim the Merciful. And I said, go on with who I am. El Malik the King, El Qudus the Holy One, El Salam the Peace, El Mumin the Faithful, El Muhaymin the Protector, El Aziz the Mighty, El Jabbar the Majestic, El Mutakabir the Repairer, El Khaliq the Creator, El Bari the Maker, El Musawir the Fashioner, El Ghaffar the Forgiver, El Kahar the Dominant, El Wahhab the bestower, El Razak the provider, El Fatah the opener, El Alim the knower, El Kabid the restrainer, El Basit the spreader, El Kafid the abaser, El Rafi the exalter, El Muiz the honourer, El Madil the destroyer, El Sami the hearer, El Basir the seer, El Hakam the ruler, El Adil the just, El Latif the subtle, El Kabir the aware, El Halim the clement, El Azim the supreme, El Ghafur the forgiving, El Shakur the grateful, El Ali the exalted, El Kabir the great, El Hafiz the guardian, El Mukit the strengthener, El Hasib the reckoner, El Jalil the beneficent, El Karim the generous, El Rakib the watcher, El Mujib the approved, El Wasi the comprehensive, El Hakim the wise, El Wadud the loving, El Majid the glorious, El Ba'ith the raiser, El Shahid the witness, El Haq the truth, El Kawil the advocate, El Kawi the strong, El Matin the firm, El Wali the nearest friend, El Hamid the all praiseworthy, El Mushi the accountant, El Mubdi the beginner, El Muwid the restorer, El Muhi the giver of life, El Muhmit the taker of life, El Hay the ever-living, El Qayyum the subsisting, El Wajid the all-perceiving, El Majid the illustrious, El Wahid the one, El Samad the needless, El Qadir the powerful, El Muqtadir the prevailing, El Muqaddim the forewarner, El Muwakir the deferrer, El Awal the first, El Akir the last, El Zahir the evident, El Batin the hidden, El Wali the all-governing, El Muta'ali the inspirer, El Bar the righteous, El Tawab the acceptor of repentance, El Muntakim the avenger, El Afuwu the excuser, El Rauf the kind, Malik El Mulk king of kingdoms, Zul Jalal wal Ikram master of majesty and liberty, El Muqsit the equitable, El Jami the gatherer, El Ghani the independent, El Mughni the enricher, El Muti the giver, El Mani the withholder, El Dah the distresser, El Nafi the profiter, El Nur the light, El Hadi the guide, El Badi the incomparable, El Baki the enduring, El Warif the inheritor, El Rashid the director, El Sabur the patient. These are the names in the Islamic school called Millat Ibrahim, the Deen of Allah.